Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.
I'm Tora Shae with Black Girl Nerds.
Tora Shae, I like it.
Thank you. Anthony, thank you so much for doing this. Your role in this film was absolutely phenomenal. And I was really touched by it, and I was really touched by the way in which you portrayed a veteran coming home. It's not something that we get to see often, so I was really, really elated to see it, and your portrayal of it was amazing. How did you prepare for this?
Reading a lot. Fortunately, I was coming on the heels of playing Martin Luther King in this LBJ movie. So the 60s is like one of my favorite periods in America, because I feel like it's when America went from being a teenager to a young adult. And there are thousands of stories like this that happened in the 60s because black people were searching for power and white people were not trying to release power, and everybody else was trying to get in where they fit in. So when I read the script, I felt like Mark Bowl had got it right, and I knew that Kaitlyn would be able to tell it correctly, and I wanted to be a part of it in whatever capacity.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of contention within the film of this power dynamic of like race versus status within uniformed men. What did you think about the way that was portrayed?
I thought all the actors did a great job with it. I feel like when you look at society today, no matter what job you have, everybody's trying to flex their power and see who's the bigger wiener in the room, male and female. But with this movie, what Kaitlyn was able to do was show that dynamic racially as well as systemically. Because, when the white guys get in a room together, they do the exact same thing to each other. But with John Boyega's character, Desmuke, with him, what was so interesting, the guys had to respect him because he had such genuine humanity about him. So they, all race aside, they had to respect him. And I think that, humanity trumps all that other stuff.
Completely agreed. Also, this storyline of a veteran coming home after fighting in a war, and then being forced to fight in a war zone. Where did you pull that? Because there was a lot of anger I saw within the character. Where did you pull that from?
Well, I had two uncles. I had a lot of people I knew and family members that went to Vietnam and came back and were underserved and underappreciated for their service. So hearing those stories and talking to them, that's a very common understanding that I grew up with, how they felt once they got back to America. And it started with Jesse Owens coming back from the Olympics, and it just led up to the 60s and the soldiers coming back, and the growth of Harlem and South Central and Chicago and all these men from the South moving north looking for work and opportunity. So it's not hard to find.
Same. I have an uncle who fought in Vietnam, and seeing your character like that it really touched me. So thank you so much for that.
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.